Bravo Bad family. So in this PowerPoint, we're going to be working with past tense form verbs using the vowels a or a, and this forms the past tense informal form. And what we mean by the past tense informal is literally um, it has the triple A, and we don't drop the last A to put a pronoun suffix at the end of it. We just use the triple A system in this form, and we use the prefix pronouns of ana, inta, inti, huwa, hiya, nahnu, hum, intum. Now, I've included those pronouns in this actual lesson, but by this lesson, um, you should pretty much know how to use the prefix pronouns of ana, inta, inti, huwa, hiya, nahnu, hum, and intum. So let's jump right to it. Using the past tense verb form. The past tense verb forms are one of the simplest forms in NUWAUBIK because it uses three vowels. The vowels are the same, and although there are two different ways to use the past tense, we only use the form that doesn't conjugate in our beginning lessons so that you don't have to connect the pronoun suffix to the end of the verb. This form in this PowerPoint is called the informal past tense, while the second way to form the past tense is a little more complex and it's called the formal past tense. In this lesson, I will give you all of the pronouns that you use with this form, but instead of sentences, I will be giving you just the past tense verb form, being that once you have the past tense verb form, you can use it with any of the pronouns. Past tense verbs are arranged with the vowels a, which in the general sense is pronounced a, depending on whether the letter is soft or hard. And so you have to go back into the Harufat PowerPoint of the alphabet. And, you know, if you haven't, if this is your first PowerPoint that you're viewing, you have to go back to the Harufat alphabet. And I would also say the vowel PowerPoint because the letters are what influences the pronunciation of the hard or soft A. A hard A is a soft A is So keep that in mind. Look below as I will give you a three-part verb with no vowels and show you where to place the vowels to create the past tense. So the first three-part verb is S, M, S, which in our alphabet we pronounce it si, me, si. This is the three-part verb for the verb use, right? Now to put this in the past tense, notice where I placed the three A's. So you see the word semasa, right? It's S-A-M-A-S-A. So review the actual verb without the vowels and then look at the verb with the vowels and look at where I placed the vowels. This happens to all of the words. So samasa means used in the past. All past tense verbs follow this same rule. I will give you all of the pronouns, then I will give you a good bit of past tense verbs and their pronunciation, and you can use them to practice forming past tense phrases and sentences. By now you should have mastered your prefix pronouns as written below. Ana, inta, inti, huwa, hiya, nahnu, hum, intum. I'm going to say it again a little slower. Ana, inta, inti, huwa, hiya, nahnu, hum, intum. Now, when you use these pronouns with the past tense, it's not ever going to mean I'm or your, because that's more of a continuing present type of sentence. It will always be I did it, you did it, he did it, she did it, we did it, they did it, or y'all did it, whatever the act is, whatever verb that you're actually using. So just keep that in mind, family. Okay, so the first past tense verb is za, ha, ba. Za, ha, ba. And the proper rhythm to pronounce that is zahaba, zahaba. So I'll use this one with a pronoun or several pronouns just to show you how it sounds. Ana zahaba, I went. Inta zahaba, you went when speaking to a male. Inti zahaba, you went when speaking to a female. Huwa zahaba, he went. Hiya zahaba, she went. Nahnu zahaba, we went. Hum zahaba, they went. Intum zahaba, y'all went. So that's how it would sound. You don't. The reason why I'm not doing the pronouns before it and going to constantly do sentences like that is because I think you all are intelligent enough to grasp this concept, this form, because it's just simple. If you know the pronouns, all you need is the pronunciation and the meanings of the words, and you can pretty much just form the sentences on your own. So the next one is fa, ta, ha. Fa, ta, ha. Fataha, fataha, fataha. Ga, la, ga. Ga, la, ga. Ga, la, ga. Galaga, galaga, galaga. This means closed. Sa, ma, sa. Sem, ma, sa. Sem, ma, sa. Semasa, semasa, semasa. Now this has an ayin in it, so it may be a little bit hard, but I'm going to try to say it enough times for you to catch on and try to just figure out a way to be able to get your brain to actually correspond with the sound. Gara'a, 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 gara'a. Now I know the ayin is pretty hard to say, but we'll eventually have more drills on the letter later. And this means read, like I had read. Also notice that in this form, it's saying had went, had opened, had closed, had used, had read. In this form, it's always implying had, but you don't have to say had because the past tense form implies had. Next word, da, ra, sa. Da, ra, sa. Da, ra, sa. Darasa, 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 darasa. This means studied. Ka, ta, ba. Ka, ta, ba. Ka, ta, ba. Kataba, kataba, kataba. This means wrote. Ka, lem, ma. Ka, lem, ma. Ka, lem, ma. Kalema, kalema, kalema. And this means talked or worded. Da, ba, ra. Da, ba, ra. Da, ba, ra. Dabara, dabara, dabara. And this means spoke. Na, zar, ra. Na, zar, ra. Na, zar, ra. Nazara, 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 nazara. And this means saw or looked. Now this is another complicated word because it has an ayn in it. La'at, 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 which means fed. Akala, 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 akala. This means ate. Sharaba, 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 sharaba. This means drink. La ge ya, la ge ya, la ge ya, la geya, la geya, la geya. This means met. Ba dar ra, ba dar ra, ba dar ra, badara, badara, badara. This means began or started. Now this has a guttural on the next word. The KH is a guttural. So I'll try to say it slow and more times so that you can try to find a way that your brain can correspond with pronouncing the words. Cha bar ra. Cha bar ra. Cha bar ra. Chabara. 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 Cha bar ra. Cha bar ra. Cha bar ra. Chabara. 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 This means told. Ma shab ba. Ma shab ba. Ma shab ba. Mashaba. 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 This means walked. Ra le ya. Ra le ya. Ra le ya. Raleya. 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 This means war, as in I wore something. Shaghala. 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 Now, GH is also another guttural. It's like a gargling sound. So I'll do this one again. Shaghala. 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 This means worked. Ra wa sa. Ra wa sa. Ra wa sa. Rawasa. 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 This means ran. Another guttural, but this guttural doesn't come at the beginning, it comes at the end, is ta ba cha. Ta ba cha. Ta ba cha. Tabacha. 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 Ta ba kha. Ta, ba, kha. Tabacha, tabacha. This means cook. Ha, dar, ra. Ha, dar, ra. Ha, dar, ra. Hadara, hadara, hadara. This means came. Na, de, ya. Na, de, ya. Na, de, ya. Nadeya, nadeya, nadeya. This means called. Sa, tha, ba. Sa, tha, ba. Sa, tha, ba. Sathaba, sathaba, sathaba. This means turned. Sha, ha, da. Sha, ha, da. Sha, ha, da. Shahara, shahara, shahara. This means watched or witnessed. Da, fo, wa. Da, fo, wa. Da, fo, wa. Da foa, da foa, da foa, da foa. This means pushed. Fa, I'm sorry, yeah, because it's an H afterwards, so it's fa, ha, sa. Fa, ha, sa. Fa, ha, sa. Fahasa, fahasa, fahasa. This means tried. Fa, sar, ra. Fa, sar, ra. Fa, sar, ra. Fasara, fasara, fasara. This means explained. Another KH. So it's kha, la, ga. Kha, la, ga. Kha, la, ga. Khalaga, khalaga, khalaga. Which means created. Kha, la, ga. Kha, la, ga. Kha, la, ga. Khalaga, khalaga, khalaga. Means created.